Great. God damn it. Whatever. Okay, so basically we're drawing it out. And so we're going to draw out, from top level system context through to system context, submitted to run on a different, basically we could say, run system context. And then what the input network does when it sends that run system context, and we might have just like a um, a operation implementation network. Let's see. So okay, so that's actually an interesting thing. So let's go take a look at that code. Yeah, so we're gonna draw and we're gonna look at some code, and then we're gonna come back to this. Okay, so what's the context? Inputs. So string input set context, inputs. Okay. So string inputs have full context, background default. Okay, so run subflow, run scan. So yeah, so we can just actually sidestep that whole. We don't really need that. We don't really need that whole business where we uh, add a separate thing to start context, because we can just um, pass them to an auto start operation. Effectively the same thing. Um, okay, what time is it? Okay. Where's my pen? No, there. Okay. So the operation implementation network was the interesting part here. And so as a reference, what we're looking at is okay. Hmm. Um, Concepts, data flows, orchestrator, data flows. God, this is buried. All right, so it worked through drawing out data flow on paper combined with tbDEX flow. Okay. All right, so this is what we're looking at. This is our flow. And this is what we're adding the tbDEX flow to. These are Mermaid diagrams. We can copy paste. I don't have to draw this. Hooray. Oh, fantastic. Wow. Wow. If only I RTFM'd. Wow. Imagine if we read our own docs, the insights we could gain. Marvelous. This this is exactly why this is a difficult problem. Difficult it's hard to find the things that you write down when you do write down them. Okay, so all right, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Sweet. Sweet. This is great. This is great. This is great. This is great. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, that's all we had to do was copy paste. This is fantastic. We're going to have to do a Mermaid 2 operations. It has to be done. Like best guess fuzzy find based on uh, Mermaid 2 operations based on data flow, which does best guess fuzzy find for pulling operations from inventories of, okay, and inventories could be access via DID. Okay. Wow, this is great. Oh my gosh. This is fantastic. Well, here we go. All right. Subgraph tbDEX. Oh my God. This is so great. Wow. Oh my God. This is incredible. Oh my God, this is fantastic. Okay. Okay. Let's take this, let's throw it in Vim. Okay. All right, we're just going to prepend all of this with Alice, and then we're going to do the same thing with Bob. So basically what we did is, we said, hey, this is, we're going to make two of these things, right? So there's the tbDEX protocol with the PFIs and Alice, right? And so we're going to swap PFI for Bob, right? Or we'll just say Bob, open architecture. Yeah, we're going to say Bob, open architecture data file. Okay. Just got a few more. The lock network. Okay. I think that is good. But let us confirm. Get the old copy pasta. All right. Lock network. Okay, what happened? So a few of these got. Okay, you were all already named. Okay, I thought that was weird that I hadn't gone through and named them previously. I was like, that's kind of sloppy. All right, there we go. Before, after, perfect. Okay, that's what it should look like. Okay, so now let's add Bob. Great, and we can copy paste this. This is great. All right, here we go. Here's Bob, here's Alice, here's tbDEX. Let's put them together. Okay, so what do we do here? So basically, we want to say, we want to add a piece on the input network. Okay, operation implementation network, run an operation using given parameter sets as inputs. Okay, so we're going to add on a little thing here that says, you know, send inputs to network or something. Inputs to chain. Or system context to chain. All right, send a system context to chain. All right, so this, we'll say run an operation. So Alice goes to run an operation. So, and it is a, you know, Alice runs Alice strategic plan suggests new system context for outsourcing or for and wants contractor bids to execute. Let's throw a line break in there. So system context to chain. Okay, so system context to chain. So system context to chain. Send DID to chain. Okay. code system context to DID/DID doc. Send DID to chain. Okay. Okay, so the input network is going to create DIDs. Code every input to DID doc. Okay. Subgraph web3. Okay. Alice ICTX. Bob ICTX. So Bob's input set. So Alice's input set context, which is Alice underscore ICTX, and Bob's input network, which is Bob underscore ICTX. They're both going to, uh, create inputs. They're going to turn input objects into DIDs. And then okay. Okay. Input to DID, input to chain. So basically we encode to a DID. We say get out there on the chain. And then when we come around here and so we'll put so when we come around and we find a new run that says, Alice strategic plan selects, or let's have another operation down here that's basically out, or let's see, run system context operation get contractor bids, run system context operation get contractor bids. Right, so they're going to bid on this job. Right, so they want to know how many. We're going to say you can do this job, right, and we're going to publish a DID for the job, and then we're going to we're going to publish the DID for the job, and then we're going to use that as the currency in the tbDEX message. Okay, so this operation is going to create an ask. And then Bob is going to see new inputs. So conditional offer Okay, so Bob is going to have new input. So the ask is going to go into Bob ICTX. And then Bob so create offer, create offer, okay, bid on job, respond with proposed system context, proposed DID of to be executed system context given as target currency. Is it target currency? Where is the tbDEX? Ask target currency. Where's the protocol repo? Conditional offer. Okay, so target currency, so source currency, the currency that the customer held. Okay, the currency you currently hold, the amount you currently hold, the currency that you want. So I want to turn Okay, so maybe, let's see, so source currency. So Alice puts out this message and she says, I would like you all to bid on this job. And so they say, ask, and they put their job DID. So, okay, so run system contracts, get, get contractor bids. All right, so run operation, get contractor bids. Okay, so basically this thing is going to go out. Okay, so prioritizer. So where's the prioritizer? So Alice's prioritizer. Alice prioritizer. Okay. 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 So the ask actually goes to Alice ICTX. run operation. This run operation. Okay, so okay, and then we'll have that branch down into this is an operation that's being run, and so this one would be new bid offer, or let's see, no, conditional offer, evaluate conditional offer. Okay, so the ask goes to Alice ICTX. So Alice ICTX and Bob ICTX do input to DID, input to chain. So Alice prioritizer um, so Alice prioritizer. So Alice operation run system context. Alice operation system context run. All right. Okay. Okay. System context run. Alice operation. Evaluate conditional offer. Okay, so Bob. So Alice operation system context run. Then goes to Alice prioritizer. And the prioritizer says okay, so the prioritizer will launch a background thing within the background system context that's just going to say, hey, remind me to schedule this thing. So later after I've received bids. So prioritizer operation prioritizer check bids. Okay, so prioritizer check bids. Okay, so Alice prioritizer. Check bids trigger. Okay. All right, so wait for bids until all right, so prioritizer call for bids. call for asks or call for bids. Okay, prioritizer. Prioritizer, uh, uh, no, outsource. Is outsource the right word for this? Yeah, outsource. Let's prioritize outsource. Double check. House prioritizer check bids trigger. Okay, so and we want to wait. So outsourceable check determines we want to wait to, or let's see, prioritizer effectively determines that, you know, hey, we might want to do this thing in-house, so we want to uh, wait for bids before executing. Okay. And then we say operation prioritizer check bids set trigger to go with best bid on condition on timeout or other condition. Okay, so check bids trigger. All right, so then this check bids trigger will come through and accept best bid if so. Let's see. On timeout or best offer or good enough offer threshold met. Okay. All right, so, and then when it does check bids, then check bids will on, let's see, check bids will receive, so the trigger will be Alice timeout. So, all right, so the check bid trigger and also the ask comes in here. Check bids. Offer threshold met. All right, check threads. If time is up or good enough offer threshold met, then we write the conditional offer. Come on. Where is it? Okay. Um, something, it's not happy with something. We probably got an arrow to nowhere. Oh, here. Okay. So the input networks are basically swapping through this, encode and then send to chain and then receive from chain, right? Um, and then Alice, she's going through here, she's doing her whole, regular architecture stuff. So new inputs. Okay, wait, new inputs. Needs to go into new inputs. Inputs. Okay, that's cleaner. Okay, there we go. That's much cleaner. Okay, so yeah, send DID doc to chain, new inputs, input network feeds back. All right. Um, okay. Okay. So, all right. All right. Okay, great. Okay. Lost my mouse. All right. So, run an operation using given parameters, set pair. So, Alice strategic plan suggests new system context and wants beds to execute. Run system context operation, get bids. Okay. So this comes in here, and then we need something under Bob to say, like Bob. Bob, operation system context run. Okay, so I don't know. All right, so we want to do something similar to what we did. Under Alice here. Okay. Okay. So this is how Bob and Alice are communicating with each other. So evaluate conditional offer. Okay. System context run operation. So maybe we should actually take all that stuff out since they're both going to do this. They're both going to do the same thing. All right, so this is both users. Overlaid tbDEX. Both users overlaid tbDEX. Overlaid tbDEX operations. Job bid operations. Okay. Good enough. All right, so we're going to replace Alice with both. And we're going to say okay, Alice Bob. Okay, here we go. Okay, so then here's the overlaid tbDEX flow. And then we should probably put the encoding in there as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put the Web3 blob within here. Although it was looking pretty clean. That's better. That shows it in the middle. Now what if we could put tbDEX in that? We should put tbDEX within that. Okay, there we go. Overlaid tbDEX flows. Okay. So I'm gonna save our work here, because this is a lot of work. Okay. So, okay. So okay, so maybe, no, maybe it is better if we have one. Maybe it is better the way we had it. So maybe it's better the way we had it, because we could do this. And we'll say subgraph Alice get bids. All right, yeah, so we want to go get some bids on system context execution, and then prioritize. And prioritizer will actually just launch a subflow that goes and does the offer accept. Okay, so let's see. So conditional offer. So basically, prioritizer check bids. Prioritizer. Alice offer accept. So PFI does the ask. Alice does the ask. PFI is Bob. Okay. So why does it still say PFI? Oh, Alice prioritizer. Okay. So prioritizer, evaluate conditional offer. So run operation, the prioritizer then says, you know, okay, how do we add the prioritizer into this picture? Maybe that would help. So prioritizer should actually go here between lock network and running the operation. And so execute when on prioritizer, go ahead. All right, so the prioritizer would go right in front. It would basically say, hey, maybe I want to run this thing, maybe I don't, you know, if it's a system context, maybe it wants to run it, maybe it wants to wait. And if it wants to wait, it just drops it and it waits for the next iteration in the chain by looking at the parents to come through. And it might say, oh, okay, this is this one, and I've been waiting for bids, and it's time, my waiting time is up. So I'm ready to accept one, so I'm going to schedule it, right? And so to schedule it, it might, um, it might basically, um, yeah, it might, if the operation, if the operation implementation, so it goes out. Okay, so what do we do here? So we're going out, prioritizer says operation implementation network. So the operation implementation network instantiate. Okay, yeah, so we have it instantiated. All right, so we're working in this kind of mode where we may not instantiate some, or let's see, we may have some operation implementation network. We might have part of that be this, DID executed one, and it waits for the inputs from the chain. Operation implementation network. Okay, so run an operation using given parameter set inputs. So send DID doc to chain. So this is in the event of, so input network. Okay, so run an operation using given parameter set pairs. Okay, so operation implementation network. Okay, so the prioritizer comes in and says, where are we at? Okay, so the prioritizer, execute on prioritizer, go ahead. All right, so